And what is up, everyone? It is the Real Ones Canes podcast. I know what I have to do, Cam. Yep, there we go.
Oh, there we go. I was about to say.
Yeah. It's me, the Beast, now on the right, and Cam Underwood, who is now on the left. Cam Underwood is the managing editor at State of the U. Go to check out stateoftheu.com. I'm sure there's already 700 stories up about the big topic du jour. Cam, despite our beliefs about the college football playoff committee and how terrible they are, which has not changed. But for once, their terrible nature worked out in our favor. The Miami Hurricanes are going to the college football playoffs. Woo!
Woo! I shocked and flabbergasted. I even busted out the Cam Ward, the number one. I said all along, right? So first of all, hello, welcome, like, subscribe, share, comment, all those things. I'm going to do what I said because all year I said a 10-2 Miami team that went 6-2 in the conference and didn't make the conference championship game would be left out of the conference, out of the college football playoffs, just like last year. After we lost the second game to SMU, I said the season's over. Let's keep winning, but boom, done, whatever. All the way through. I said it every opportunity when we were, 5-way tiebreaker for conference or number two in the conference at 6-2 and left it home in favor of Duke and everything. I've been saying we were not going to make it in. They were going to screw us over. My name is Cam Underwood. I was wrong. I'm eating crow, humble pie, whatever it is. So I'm looking directly into the camera, and I told you if I was wrong, and I'm happy that I'm wrong, by the way. I'm very happy that I'm wrong. But this is me admitting that they made my prior viewpoint incorrect in the best way possible. I am shocked, flabbergasted, and all of those things that it actually came to pass as such. But I'm very, very happy that it did.
You know what's weird is yesterday, as I watched all of that play out, everything kind of happened that needed to happen for this to happen. I guess in retrospect and listening to the committee, it would be that BYU lost because that's what whoever the putz is that.
Yeah, Hunter Yurchik.
Yeah, that guy.
But not even lost, but lost the way that they lost.
Right.
Like getting their doors off again.
So as I watched yesterday, I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be Miami and Notre Dame next to each other because BYU lost. So if they're going to use head-to-head, it's going to be now. So at least I had a little bit more positivity. I had a little more hope. I still thought we might get screwed, but I had a little more hope. The thing is after reflecting on the entire day, the way that Alabama looked, I just was like, you know what? Here's what they're going to do. They're going to take Alabama out and put Miami and Notre Dame in, and then they don't even have to talk about that.
Oh, no. I thought they were going to drop Miami or drop BYU behind Miami and then take Alabama, drop them down into that slot as the meat shield, put Notre Dame in, Alabama in, and then we were sitting home. That's what I was thinking the entire way. It's funny that with that, I was more pessimistic than you because, Jesus, the class could be, full and you think that it's empty. But yeah, no, that was, I definitely thought that they were going to use Alabama as the meat shield.
It's interesting that I listened to, again, the putz. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to get it right, and I really don't want to say his name. Okay. So I'm listening to the putz, and again, word salad about why it took until literally the final rankings release to put Miami next to Notre Dame and why head-to-head finally mattered. He was bringing up the Louisville game. He's starting. It was like.
And honestly, sorry. Go ahead.
No, why did it come to now? I don't understand. They played.
Right. No, because they had a clear and coordinated campaign to keep Miami out. And honestly, he was just showing more malfeasance from the committee because at the time of the first ranking with Miami at 6-2 and everything and say, well, Louisville was ranked 21st, but we didn't compare them to Miami. That you should have. if that was where you thought Miami should have been, right? You should have considered at the time Louisville only had 2 losses, but had a head-to-head against Miami. You should have. They absolutely should have. But yeah, it was just and I love Reese Davis for not letting him off the hook.
Oh
And he
man,
said-
Reese
I asked
Reese
the
was going
question,
after him. Yeah.
and he said, I'm actually going to ask again because I don't think that you actually answered the question because, and this is what everybody had been saying. The previous Putz, the one who got fired from his job for
yes.
torches malfeasance, he was the one who said, well, they need to be in the same competitive pool, in the same box, if you will, of teams to compare for head-to-head to come up. Okay, so because they're in different boxes with Miami or Notre Dame at 10 and Miami at 18, which is crazy, but that's why that cannot come into head. Yeah, but if they're in the same 4 or 5 team range, then we'll consider that. Cool. That happens. And then new Putz who replaced old Putz who got fired for cause says, oh, well, they're not right next to each other. We can't. What the?
Exactly. What?
Anyway, so yeah, it was very shenanigan. I seriously shocked and flabbergasted. I saw, people saying, Chris Bradford in chat, with multiple Ric Flairs. Woo! You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Wow. I am truly, truly flabbergasted. And maybe, just maybe, Jim Phillips and the ACC did something.
So
I'm not going to say it's much, but without Miami being in, one of your major conferences would have had 0 teams in.
Well,
and I think that was a factor, even if
that definitely had to be a factor because the College Football Playoff Committee would know, hey, we've got a Power 4 conference without a team in. We gotta fix this somehow. How do we fix this? And let's move it all around. So we do. And evidently, the ACC and Jim Phillips sent information to the committee late last night saying or telling them why Miami and Duke should be in.
Well, I get you got to do it for Duke because they won the conference championship game. So
right.
Fine. Okay. So you have to, it's really, are you going to the mall? Oh, well, obviously this is different because we're older. Cam, are you going to the mall? Take your little brother with you. Or your little, I don't have brothers, but take Arthur and Andrew with you. I don't want to take my cousins. I'm a senior in high school. He's 6. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do 18-year-old things, maybe, sneak off. But yeah, take Arthur and Andrew with you. Y'all get in the car, man. Whatever. And that was what it was with including Duke in the thing. Like Manny Diaz was like, y'all boys stay at home today. Like, don't even come to the facility. We played last night. Stay by your phones if you want to. But that was, come on.
Yeah, I guess it's like there's a barbecue place I like up the street that has great. Wait 1 second. What did you just say?
No, go.
Okay. So there's a barbecue place up the street that I love. And you get like a combo meal, and it comes with the ribs or the chicken and like 2 sides and coleslaw and beans and all that stuff. And then they throw in like the crappiest piece of garlic bread that's always cold and terrible. And it's like, it just comes with it. And like, I don't have the heart to tell them, hey, don't throw in the garlic bread because it's terrible. It just comes with it. By the way, R.I.P. Tom Jenkins.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. R.I.P. Tom Jenkins. If you don't know, you should know. It's been around forever. Staple in Fort Lauderdale. And they're closing. Well, welcome to the times. But enough of that.
Honestly, I went on Friday.
Smart.
Got a bunch of stuff. Probably going to go next week. I think I might go once each of the next 2 weeks, just so I have.
I gotta try to make a trip. So
yeah, December 20th is their last day of operations. But yeah, no, you're right about that. It's just, and I get it. You have to advocate for the team that won the conference championship game. Otherwise, why have one? So Brian Clem, after the first game, if it works out, cure 23 years of PTSD against the path that Miami will have to traverse to win a championship this year is not.
Well, let's throw this out there. So just in
whatever.
case you missed it, Miami will travel to College Station to play Texas A&M. That is on December 20th at noon Eastern, so 11 a.m. in College Station. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like early games, but that's what it is.
Mr. Optimistic now all of a sudden back on the sleepy nooner stuff.
It is one of my things. One of the toughest places to play. I've been there before. The 12th man is real. It's crazy. It's going to be a playoff game. You got to take the crowd out of the game. It's going to be crazy. If Miami should win that game, the winner of that game moves on to play Ohio State on New Year's Eve. I think it's 7:30 Eastern at the Cotton Bowl. So that is the next one. If everything works out, then the third round, I guess that would be the semifinals. Yeah, that would be if everything goes as planned. You'd be playing Georgia on January 8th, my wife's birthday, at the Fiesta Bowl. And then if you win that one, you come home to play in the Natty.
On December 19th, or sorry, January 19th.
January 19th.
So, I mean,
so
there's a chance, obviously, that it's not Georgia in the semis, but like,
sure,
it's probably.
I haven't even looked at the rest of the bracket to even figure out like what are the possibilities, who you could play, all of that stuff.
No, let's do that. Let's do that live. It's real easy. Boom, boom, boom.
Can you pull up can you find a current bracket? Because I'm on the CFP site. Of course, they haven't updated it yet. And let's throw it up on the screens. Okay, let's throw it up on the screen so we can go over it. And the people can see it too, because I'm sure a lot of people were busy partying and didn't see the whole release of everything.
Oh my holy goodness! Sorry, hold on.
No,
make sure
you're okay. Just make sure it's the right year.
Well, no, there were just all kinds of pop-ups and everything.
Oh, we don't want that.
We should be good now.
Okay, there we are. Take us through it, Cam.
Yeah. So on our side of the bracket, I mean, laid out in a very different way than actual because it's Bleacher Report, but whatever. So, oh my God, no, this is wrong. Oops,
yep, that's not right. I was going to say.
That is not right. Oops, my bad.
Welcome to live podcasting. I was going to say live television, but I know. It's YouTube. It's a podcast.
Bracket live updates.
I know. I've searched 78 different places. No one has the actual one that they just released up yet in a good format that we can throw up on the screen, because why would they do that? And the College Football Committee still has empty bracket on their freaking website. Because of course they do. By the way, while you're looking for that, so there was all sorts of FanDuel had the matchups last night. And this market had the betting odds up already, and all of the stuff, and it turned out that was all fake. Or if they did, they had it wrong, because I saw screenshots, and whatever screenshots I got shown were either fake, a mistake, AI, or not real, because none of them were right. People were hyperventilating that the results, the things leaked.
Well, I mean, I did check FanDuel, and they did have them.
But was it
odds? No, that was I checked it myself last night because I was up till 3 a.m.
But no. But was it right?
It was not what is the final. It is not the final bracket, but it was a full bracket of first round games.
Right. So, okay.
I went to Twitter because Brian Fisher, intrepid journalist, he always gets screenshots, and
he's good
for that.
Yeah, Brian Fisher's good.
This is the official bracket, correct, straight from his feed that he gets, or he screen caps. So just real quick, James Madison, Oregon, Alabama, Oklahoma, Tulane, Ole Miss are the other three first rounders. On the bottom left of the bracket, number 10 Miami at number 7 Texas A&M, December 20th noon on ESPN and ABC. If you win that one, then you go to the Cotton Bowl against the Acorns. Lord God, there's not a school or a team that I hate more as a native.
I know. I mean,
Miami alum. Come on, bro. Anyways, when you win that, the Fiesta Bowl, and that would be the winner of Ole Miss Tulane plays, and so the winner of that game plays Georgia.
I mean, theoretically, It could be Ole Miss without their head coach from the regular season, or it could be Georgia. So
but basically, you're thinking
an SEC team.
The winner basically of Ole Miss Georgia is who you would play in the semis, and then whoever comes from the top half of the bracket, would be who you would meet in the championship game if you made it there. And those teams, are the 6 teams that are up there. Alabama. Texas Tech and Indiana.
Yeah. By the way, looking at the other side of the bracket real quick, so Oklahoma or Alabama, which I love that rematch. That'll be a real crappy game because neither team is amazing. Oklahoma's defense is great. Their offense is terrible. And I don't know what's happening with Alabama recently, but one of those teams is going to get spanked by Indiana. What Kirk Cignetti has done in Indiana is amazing. Yeah. And then on the other side of that bracket, you have JMU, James Madison, in Oregon. So we'll say that Oregon's going to move on to take on Texas Tech. I think that might be the most. That'd be a game that I'd be looking forward to watch, to see Oregon and Texas Tech. Texas Tech is really good. Oregon is good. So one of those teams is going to end up probably playing Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It to me, I think it's Indiana against whoever wins the other side of the bracket, and I think Miami has as good of a chance as anybody.
Yeah, and look, you had teams that played on the first weekend who made it to the championship game last year. All 4 teams with byes lost their games last year. So not saying that that's going to happen again, but it happened in the first year of the 12-team playoff. So just, be aware of that. So, the thing, and I see people in the chat saying it, don't get conservative. Now it's time to go all out. Yeah, dog, clearly, you've gotten the opportunity that you thought you were not going to get, or at least I thought that we were not going to get. Honestly, I've been starting to write lists, and I was thinking okay, well, which players opt out of our umpteenth Pop-Tarts bowl in a row, let's start dividing up these career retrospectives for all these different players. Whoa, hey, wait. Nah, buddy. Hey, we're all on that. So, yeah, no, you got to,
Can I
just keep pushing.
Can I ask you a question that
always
that I want to know the truth, Cam?
Okay.
Like every good writer,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you had a story done ready to post as soon as this went up.
Indeed, it's already posted on stateoftheu.com.
Stateoftheu.com. Go check it out. Did you have to change your story based on what you thought was going to happen?
No, I had 2 stories.
Oh, you're a professional. You had 2 stories.
Now, the thing I had to do was, okay, wait, hold on, close that one, go back into editorial and go into the other one that, the We Got Screwed story was fully done already. A lot of the talking points were the same as last year, but it was really just, I'm just waiting to hit the go button on that one. The other one was, well, I don't know what we were going to be seated. I didn't know who we were going to play. So I had to go in there and, edit some stuff really quickly. But yeah, no, I had 2 stories ready.
Yeah, you're a professional. I'm going to remove the bracket for a second so you see our faces much bigger and sexier.
My face is big.
Before we get back to the playoff, I want to bring this up because I see this comment.
Yeah.
And I think it's an unfair comment, but I bring this up just to say this. The idea that has been pushed by everyone is that Mario is building something and he's gotten better every year as a coach of Miami. And even though we have the same record as last year,
mm-hmm.
getting to the playoff is a step further.
Absolutely.
And the trajectory is still going up.
Yeah.
And I think, listen, you can have your doubts, you can have your questions about Mario as a game day coach. That can be thoroughly questioned. You can have questions about his football philosophy. You could have all sorts of questions, but I don't think you can question that he has built a program that can be sustained to be really good based on the way he recruits and the coaches that he is bringing in and has on the staff to coach the team.
I agree completely. And, Mario has updated his philosophy since he's been here. We have had multiple coaches. We've had things go wrong, and he gets rid of that person to get somebody else to make it right. Kevin Steele, when he was here with the program, on coaching defense, didn't go well. Got Lance Guidry. Started well, ended poorly. So you got to go. Now we got Corey Heatherman. On offense, same thing. Josh Gaddis. See you later, boss. Let me go get Shannon.
By the way, at the time, there weren't many people questioning that hire. He was a big name. It just
he was the reigning Broyles Award winner.
Yeah.
From Michigan. You know what I mean? It was, and to Giefer's point, that was Rick's problem. His problem was he didn't want to fire his son, and he didn't want to give up play calling.
1,000%.
And he was in the twilight of his career anyway. So he's like, look, I came here to retire. I came here to do this entirely my way. And if it's not going to be this way, and I'm going to take my ball and go home. And that's fine.
And at some point, with Rick's health problems, if he had stayed, there would have had to be a transition at some point anyways. By the way, let me bring that up. By the way, we want to bring that up is that we went from Rick to Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz was not a good coach here. I mean, not the same as Mario Cristobal. Now, listen, I give Manny credit for the team he's put together at Duke, and for the way they won last night. And they've got some good players. That dude from Harvard is a good wide receiver. Their quarterback, even though you're going to roll your eyes and you don't like him, I think he's pretty good. But I give him credit. But he wasn't a good coach here. Don't start hitting me with Manny won the ACC at Duke, but he couldn't do it here. Don't give me that.
Manny also went 7-5 this year.
Correct. 5 losses. Yeah.
What are we talking? He's not doing what Kirk Cignetti is doing. No. Duke are not 13-0, 12-1 juggernauts and da-da-da. Get off of my phone, dog. Sorry, I told my friend on his podcast and he wants to be texting me all this stuff. Anyways, but 7 or 5 losses they went 1-3 in the non-con, bro. If we look it up, hold on. I want to look this up live on air because I want to see it.
What are you looking up?
Who did they play?
Are you looking at Duke's schedule?
Dolphins. Yes.
Give me Duke's schedule. I can't wait for this. I'm excited about this. Why is, by the way, just while you're looking for that, why will no one update their website? Why does the college football committee still have blank slates on their graphic? Hello?
No,
I just don't understand.
Smitty EG, yes, I did apologize already. I did it right off the top as soon as we started. Can you share this, please, sir?
Yes, please. If you let it be, there we go.
They went 1-3 in the non-con. So they beat Elon. Cool. Lost
Phoenix.
to Illinois, who was 11 at the time. But, you get your doors blown off. You lose at Tulane.
They're a good team.
And then you go on the road and lose at UConn, bro.
UConn was a good team.
I'm
making excuses.
If that were Miami and Manny Diaz was the coach, you would not have any of that same energy.
No. Well, no.
Which is my point.
Right. If that were Miami and the same thing had happened, you'd be fired.
Right. Which he was. So let's not try to say, no, and not you, but the people in chat and the people in space. Oh, well, yeah. They got to the game on the worst tiebreakers in sports because it should have been Miami. We would have dog raced, or boat raced both of them, but whatever. But they went and they played and they won that game. Number 34, who made that final interception, he's never putting that ball down again ever in his life. But let's not act like they're the same.
All right. I need someone out there in the chat to go find the college football playoff odds for these games. I've been searching everywhere while Cam has been talking about Duke's schedule. I cannot find it yet. I don't understand. Normally, odds come out within seconds of it being announced, and normally the schedule's normally up. What are we doing?
Come on, dog. Share that.
As soon as it loads, I will. Oh, you went to FanDuel. Okay.
Miami.
See, I try to. Can you send me that link in our chat so I can pull it up so I can read it because I can't read that.
Copy. Miami 3.5-point underdogs.
Okay. I mean, so you're going to get 3 points for being home. So basically, they're saying it's about even.
Yep. Over under 51.5.
Okay.
So.
All right. So let me go through the odds real quick. So, we got Miami is a 3.5-point dog. Oklahoma is a 2.5 point dog to Alabama.
A 2.5-point home dog in the first
home
round.
dog. Ole Miss is favored by 16.5 points against Tulane. Oregon is favored,
yes, Oregon.
Yeah, okay. Oregon is favored by 20.5 against James Madison. Interesting first round and odds there.
Let me see. What's up?
No, I was just thinking about how I was going to gamble already.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just thinking about the. Oh, yes. This one I need to bring up because I want to talk about this. FJG, Joey Galloway, this guy. Can we listen? I know he's been there for every college football playoff show, all 12 of them. But I've never heard someone whose analysis was so biased. Like, it is unbelievable. I love Booger. I love Greg Mack. I think Greg McElroy is one of the better college football analysts, both on the game and in studio. I think Booger is, he's fine. He never stole a freight train, but Joey Galloway is just horrendous. Like, enough of Joey Galloway. Like, you could take your Ohio State crap opinions and get him out of here, please.
Double what Brian just said.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough of him.
I'm not even gonna waste my breath on it. I've already said that. Like, no, you're done. And 850 Kane, I can't put chats up because I don't have hosting privileges.
What do you want to do?
But the last one, Reese Davis was on his ass during that.
We talked about that. That Reese Davis,
on Joey as well, not just
No, Reese Davis. I loved when Chris Fowler was the host for all things college football. I love Chris. I talked to him a lot of times over the years when he would come on with Jim Mandich. May he rest in peace. A great Michigan player. So I got to talk to Chris a lot, and I love him, and he's a great guy. And I've met him obviously a million times when I was traveling with the team. But Reese Davis is not afraid to do his job in a way that he should be. Chris Fowler was a little more friendly, if you will. When does Miami practice? Now, probably tomorrow. Probably Tuesday. They'll probably start practice. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get an email on it if we haven't already about their practice schedule. So we will let you know.
Yeah. We will let you know. I just have one quick query that I know. Great podcasting. I'm doing something in another window.
No, it's okay.
Oh, we are smack dab in the middle of finals currently right now. Finals end on Wednesday.
Oh, so look at
you. In case anybody else was wondering, the players they've been doing all of that and whatnot, and then they will have all the time in the world within NCAA guidelines, because we don't cheat, to go and practice.
Do we know what's wrong with Keontae Scott? Did we know that it was a turf toe?
I don't know if it's a turf. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a foot thing. He's been
because he's been in a boot.
I
don't have the way Mario has talked about Keontae Scott's injury. I don't have a lot of hope that he would be ready anytime soon. But we don't really know. Mario just doesn't give us really anything. But actually, the most open he's been in about an injury is Keontae Scott, because he's like 3 times said, "Man, it's serious. It's he's been over the top." So, I think everyone else will be back. I think OJ Frederick will be back. I think David Blay will be back.
Mm-hmm.
So you're almost going to be almost all the way healthy.
The Jay Cohen Canes, I do not believe that Cristobal said
no. He was coming back. The way he said it was like, hey, like I can never say never. Like if there's a miracle that happens,
right?
Maybe, but he didn't really say that he was coming back.
The other thing I do want to say is the broadcast for the Virginia Tech game and the Pitt game, like the ESPN ABC crew,
right?
They said definitively, well, Keontae Scott out for the year, which means they were told in production meetings,
correct,
he's out for the year. So like putting all of that together, he said about OJ Frederick and pretty much everybody else. But I mean, like he got kind of sullen and quiet the 3rd or 4th time that he was asked about Keontae Scott. He was like, it sucks for that kid. He's playing really great. He was, everything was past tense for his performance this season already. And the fact that the broadcast said it so declaratively means they were told by the program, this kid is out. It's a great talking point because he should have been, he maybe would have won the Thorpe Award. He probably wouldn't have won it because he didn't have, like, his player brand name isn't as large coming in.
He would have been a finalist.
But he would have been a finalist and, like, could have won the award. So, like, that's a major player missing. And so we're talking about Bryce Fitzgerald being in there and these other guys rotating in at, the nickel. So we have to talk about the nickel that we saw make all these plays. Where he at? Oh, where he at is going to be on the sideline in a walking boot for the rest of the season.
So I hate to hit you with this question off the top of your head.
Do it.
But you're like an encyclopedia when it comes to this stuff. How does, now Miami is in the playoff, how does this affect the transfer portal?
Transfer portal still open from January 2nd to 16th. Hop in, like, get in where you fit in, basically. So,
you know what it is? They changed it so that if you do get to the CFP championship game, you still have a week to pick a team once you're in the portal. Okay.
Or to decide.
Even, right.
Right, because the championship game is on the 19th. So then you have a little bit of an extension if you're on that team or one of those teams to decide if you want to stay or if you want to go.
Yes,
but otherwise, insofar as Miami, that would take effect if Miami were to make it to the championship game. Otherwise, the portal window is the portal window. So, even if we made it to the second round, which is on January 8th, that's still, like, if we made it to the second round and did not progress any further, I'm saying that as gently as I can, then you still have 8 days anyway. For the win 25, no, Keontae Scott is not going to be back. He is out for the year. Unless, well, no, he's out for the year. So, G4 006, one thing we have to talk about is Beck's playoff performance. Okay.
Well, he missed last year's.
Right. But he did play in the SEC championship game for a half.
Right. I can't remember the year before. My memory is done.
Well, let's go look it up. Georgia passing 2023 Carson Beck game log. And again, my good friend, we're going to do this together.
He played in the Capital One. Oh, that was the year where they crushed FSU in the Orange Bowl.
Share that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was on a different page. That is up.
There we go. Yeah, so in the SEC championship game, a close loss to Alabama, 21 for 29 for 243, no tugs, no picks, 2.5% completions. That's strong. And then, they beat the dog
that was
out
crazy.
Of that Florida State team.
Was that the Brock Bowers game? I was at that game. I feel like that was a game where I was just like, Brock Bowers is the best tight end I've ever seen in the history of my life.
Yeah, he was pretty incredible. So yeah, so he's done that. He's played in the SEC championship game twice. Yeah, he got hurt last year. He played in the Orange Bowl against the shell of a Florida State team, but he did what you do: 13 for 18, 203, 2 tuds, 11 and a half almost yards per completion. Zip, zap, zoom. I'm going to hand the ball off. I'm going to be celebrating on the sideline about the third quarter, So,
by the way, he has not technically played in a playoff game.
That is correct. He has not played he's played in postseason games.
Yes, he's
not
played in
playoff
postseason games. He has never played in a playoff game. So
True.
he does not have college football playoff experience. But you know what? It's a postseason game. He's played in plenty of big games. Yep. I don't know if he ever played at Texas A&M, but listen, I would rather have Carson Beck with the experience that he has in college football than anyone else, right?
He did not. Oh, Carson Beck. Oh, he has played in a playoff game. He went 2 for 3 in the championship game against TCU in 2022.
Okay, sorry, I didn't remember his 3 attempts.
Hey, well, I mean, yeah, that game had been turned off by that point.
Yeah.
That 65-7 shellacking.
Right.
But as I'm looking, I do not believe that in his time at Georgia they played at A&M. They did not. But he's played, whatever. He's played everywhere else. He was at Georgia forever, bro. Like, he's played at almost all them goddamn teams.
Yeah, listen, again, I don't think there's another quarterback that we would have had an opportunity. Listen, a lot of people wanted Mendoza, and Indiana's got him, and he's really good, and what have you. But, again, Mendoza doesn't have the experience that Carson Beck has. And maybe in the playoff, maybe that's going to matter.
Okay. Yeah. I just preferred Carson Beck to Fernando Mendoza. Whole stock. Boom. I still think that we made the right decision, even with the season results that we've seen. I stand by that. I just do. And it wasn't perfect, but I stand by. I think we made the decision that we needed to make. And I'm with that.
Do you agree with the current comment that's up there by Smitty EG?
That Mario designs his team for SEC play anyway? Yes, this is what I've been talking about recruiting to and above the physical standard, the prototype at every position. We don't have linebackers who are 2 inches too short and 30 pounds too light anymore. We do not have those players.
If you look some at that are too slow.
Okay, true, but he has had 2 ACLs, so you'll have that. But you don't have the Miami of the past. Even championship Miami was not a 1-to-1 size allegory team for the teams to play.
They were a speed
and quickness.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going to have guys who are a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit lighter. Mario, this is the example that I always go to when talking about positional size. We do not have Trevor Darling and Casey McDermott playing offensive tackle anymore. 6'4", 6'4.5", maybe 6'5" guys with average to short arms. We don't have that outside. We have 6'6" Francis Mauigoa. We have 6'9" Markel Bell. And behind them, we got 6'6" and 6'7". We got 6'5", 6'6" Anez Cooper. At guard, you got 6'6" Matthew McCoy and 6'6" Samson Okunlola at guard. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have.
I think the only guy that's under 300 is our center, and it's barely by like 5 pounds.
He was listed at 295, but he might be over 300, but like he's still 6'3". You know what I mean?
Right.
Wait, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. You don't even know what I was going to say.
I listen.
Okay, all right, we're simpatico then. But like along the offensive line, like we have monsters. Along the defensive line, we have monsters. Like Ruben Bain, yes. Like if you're talking about size comparison, to SEC teams, we fit that. Like Raul Aguirre, Mo Toure. Like now, this season, if you look at this secondary, and don't even say you don't have positional size with Keontae Scott. Keontae Scott played nickel at Auburn. Yes, we do. because your nickel's not going to be your 6'4", 6'5", like, kind of dude. But OJ Frederick, Ethan O'Connor, 6'4", Damari Brown, who stays eating weights, bro, he's rocked up. Xavier Lucas, Zach Poyser, Jacoby Thomas, who came from where? Tennessee, which plays in what conference? The SEC. Yeah, if you look at every position on this team, CJ Daniels from LSU, Keelan Marion, All-American from BYU, who's 6'1", and then you have a dynamic playmaker who's 5'10", 5'11", mixing in there in Malachi Toney. And I haven't even gotten to the running backs, which is a room of just battering rams. Oh yeah, no, Mario is not here to try to figure out a way
this is not a finesse
run around you.
Yeah.
Right. In the words of Marshawn Lynch, at every position, we're going to run through a muff face. Because we got the size to be able to do that. Oh, yeah. No, this is definitely built to be an SEC team.
I'm just like, listen, I have to go study Texas A&M a lot over the next couple of weeks. But if I think about the matchup, I don't know why I still have some worry about the offensive line as it relates to the middle of the offensive line, as it relates to our center. The thing that I am so confident in is our defensive front. Like, I listen, I don't know about Texas A&M's offensive line. I haven't studied it, but
they're big. They're big and they're good.
They're big and they're good. That's fine. I've not seen a collection of defensive line talent like this in I don't know when.
Yeah.
I mean, between 3 and 4, right? Those brothers and Mesidor and Bain, right? Moton playing the way he is. Justin Scott coming on the way he is.
Hello.
Just, I mean, and I could keep going. It's just there's something about the way this defensive line is playing now at this point in the season and moving forward. Like they're like hitting it right at the right time. And man, I think about their coaches. Like, you mean to tell me you wouldn't want, like, there's no, give me 2 more qualified defensive line coaches working together than Jason Taylor and Damian Lewis, right?
It'd be real hard. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, Jason Taylor's a Hall of Famer, and Damian Lewis spent, I don't know, like a decade plus in the league.
Right, and was a first-round draft pick also.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just, like, I would take those guys against any offensive line in the country.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a physical game. Just, I mean, we played them twice recently, so they're of that same build and archetype of big dudes close to the ball on both sides. But yeah, this is going to be like in the trenches. This is going to be some Hagler Hearns type stuff. Like just haymaker after haymaker. Like you're going to land a couple, you're going to eat a couple, you're going to land a couple more, swerve one, land a couple more, eat a couple more. Like it's just going to be, yeah, those dudes on both sides. Whoo, that's prime time. I mean, I know it's going to be a, noon game Eastern, but like, man, that is a marquee matchup for sure. So yeah. There, people in the chat saying, there's the matchup is great, and I think that we can play with anybody. I agree that I think that we can play with and beat anybody if we continue to play the way that we've been playing, and especially with having seen the most recent result from Texas A&M against Texas, which even with Texas being Texas, I take us on physicality this year over Texas, and you see what they did to A&M. But yeah, this is going to be the next 13 days leading up to this game are going to be great. We're obviously going to dive deep into it on stateoftheu.com. So please come on over and fan with us over there because we're going to be rocking hard. I'm going to get off of here and send out the email and divide up the content. We're going to get to work. But yeah, it's going to be great.
Cam, I'd like to, this comes from ESPN and it's being put out there by the ACC network. I can't believe what I'm about to read. The University of Miami is the first team from the state of Florida to make the college football playoff since Florida State in 2014. It's been 11 years?
Yep.
Wow.
Who else has been good?
No, I know. I'm with you. I just can't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, there was the 2023 team, but like and I hate to say it because I never wish injury on anybody, but when Jordan Travis broke his leg, that season was over for them.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
You know, so, and it was a 14 playoff era. That was truly a no right answers decision, because if you put Florida State in, you're putting in the record, but not the actual ceiling for performance. And I know that they won the ACC championship game. And I know. But other than that, there hasn't been a team from the state of Florida in contention or conversation for a playoff spot. So, yeah.
That's crazy to me. And by the way, they did beat Louisville in that championship game, but it was an ugly game. Like it was 16-6. It wasn't like they hammered Louisville without Jordan Travis.
Credit to them, they still went out there and won it.
No, sure.
So, you know,
but they would have gotten absolutely crushed without Jordan Travis. Like I that's my belief if they got put in the playoff. But you know, I'm also
say again.
They would have gotten crushed.
If they yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean, you saw what Carson Beck and George did to them in the Orange Bowl. Outside the playoffs that year.
Wow, look at this. I didn't think this would come in.
The final boss 80, huge Irish fan here. Congrats on the Canes making the playoffs and best of luck. I know you guys will show up and out. So you're one of like 4 sane Notre Dame fans in the world. And I appreciate the fact that we have reached that segment, that very, very, very small cadre of people from their fan base. Appreciate that. I honestly think that it should have been Miami at 9 and Notre Dame at 10 with Alabama on the outside.
That's what I thought it was going to be. I did not think Alabama was going to be in. This is what I thought was going to happen. Okay. That Alabama was going to drop out because of their showing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be Miami and Notre Dame, just so that they didn't even have to go to the head-to-head argument, and Putz was not going to have to get up there and try to go blah, 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 again. But because of the Alabama being left out, that would blow up the whole thing again, and they would just completely redo the whole system because, God forbid, Alabama doesn't make the postseason. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Right. And, I mean, look, they missed the postseason last year, too. So, 2 years in a row with a tangential argument, Alabama team not getting in, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. But Bama losing by 21 and still making it is insane. Look, if Auburn's receivers don't drop
they would have lost passes, that game. Yeah. I mean, there was Auburn shot themselves in the foot so many times.
Right. I mean, look, you had the bad drop ball into interception. You had Cam Coleman, for whatever reason, not going out of bounds and going inside with the ball in his inside hand and then getting it chopped out for a fumble to in the game. Alabama has not played well in the last month. So if you're talking eye test, which is what they were talking about against Miami, this is what I'm talking about the moving goalposts,
none
right?
Of it makes sense.
I know you can't make sense out of nonsense, but I'm just like, dog, what are we talking about then? And Adam Brenneman, who played tight end and went to Notre Dame, it needs saying. I believe he went to Notre Dame. Talking about, on TV last night, Miami, they're not playing well right now. Miami won their last 4 games by an aggregate score of 158-41. Tell me again how we're not playing well right now.
Yeah, anyone that says Miami's not playing well just hasn't watched. Literally has not watched a single highlight.
Yep. You turn the game. They are a score watcher who stopped watching scores after Miami lost at SMU. They saw 26-20 overtime. SMU beats Miami, and they shut their brains off for the rest of the season. And they took what these people are feeding them. But again, learn more ball, bro. And I hate to say that to a guy who got drafted and played in the league, but watch more ball. Talking about Miami's not playing well. 158-41 over 4 games is not playing well, buddy. That's almost that's just short of 40-10 average score over the last 4 weeks, buddy.
I see a bunch of, I'm not going to read a lot of what the Notre Dame fans are saying, but there's a lot of people that are just like, oh, can't wait. November 7th, South Bend, it's going down. Okay.
All right.
Can't wait. I'll hopefully be there.
Cool, bro. Like that's fine. It's not. Oh, I'm sorry. He played at Penn State and then UMass, not Notre Dame.
Still,
yeah, exactly. You were excluded from the playoff as a Notre Dame for a team with the same record that beat you. That's not our fault. It's not our fault that for 6 iteration. Yeah, I know y'all still playing the drinking game. Go ahead and turn it up for me. But for the first 5 or 6 iterations of the college football playoff rankings, that Miami was behind Notre Dame. It was farcical on its face the entire way. That's not our fault. It's not. Notre Dame should have never been ahead of Miami, ever, in the rankings. They shouldn't have been. And so, like, being mad at us for that, I get that they're trying to lash out at us for their failures, but, like, you could have brought that same energy on August 31st, except for we beat your ass face to face. Could have brought that September the 14th when you played, or 13th when you played A&M at home, but you couldn't stop them. You know what I mean? Hey, it's not my fault that y'all lost to us.
I'm just thinking about our coverage coming up. I won't be in College Station because to try to make those plans at this point are not going to happen for several reasons. The next game would be on New Year's Eve. That date is one that I can't miss. If that were the national championship game, I would figure it out. And then the next game is a wife's milestone birthday. So that one won't be there. So the next time, if I get to cover the Canes again in this college football season, will be at the national championship game. Oh, if the guy that runs the PR for that whole thing lets me in, because I was denied credentials to the Orange Bowl last year for the first time in 30 years.
Okay.
So I'm going to apply for the Orange Bowl game again for that playoff game just to see if I get let in.
Okay.
If not, I will storm the front. I will storm the beaches of the Orange Bowl.
You're going to turn into a Venezuela or Colombia soccer fan and just climb over.
Yes, I will get through
the will call at Southwest.
Yeah, I'm going to start climbing through the ducting system at Hard Rock Stadium because that seems to be the way to go.
Nice.
Cam, final thoughts as we wrap this one up. Miami gets into the college football playoff for the first time since the playoff has existed. We didn't think it was going to happen. In the end, the committee did do the right thing by Miami. I'm not saying they did the right thing by anyone else, but they did the right thing by Miami. What are your thoughts?
I think, congratulations for that one decision, finally righting the wrongs that they had been perpetrating against Miami the entire season and entire ratings and rankings process. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this team to continue the story of their season. It will not be easy, and we need to go out there and earn victory. But I'm excited to have that opportunity. And this is a positive step for Miami, regardless of result. So that's where I stand with it. I'm very excited to continue to cover the current story of this team because I was checked out when I thought it was going to be the Pop-Tarts Bowl, let me tell you.
Yeah, there was no doubt. Like, whatever bowl they got to, I was just like, I don't care. Like, who's going to even play? Like,
right. I said, I was already working on the list of players that I thought we'd see last time.
Like, we'd see Emory Williams again, and then we'd have that conversation. And I was already moving on to that. But I'm glad they're in. I'm glad that we will get to do more shows talking about a team that is going to be currently playing games rather than a season wrap up or looking ahead. So we're still in it to win it, and I like that a lot. As to when the next show will come down, we'll do something midweek as we get more information about Miami's trip to College Station, and you can stick with us throughout the entire playoff run and beyond. Wherever you are watching this show, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and then you'll know when new shows are either coming to you live or via the recording route. If you're listening to this, just hit subscribe and you'll get the newest show. And follow both of us on Twitter so you can know what's happening. At Underwood Sports is where you can follow Cam. You can also go check out all of Cam's great work and an amazing staff of people he has over at the State of the U. StateOfTheU.com is the best place to get your Miami Hurricanes coverage. It's open 24/7, 365. There's probably already a story up about Miami going to the CFP, right, Cam? Right? It's already, you already
Probably. Absolutely. There is.
Yeah, it's up there already.
I had to edit it live really quickly, and that's why we pushed this from 12:30 or 12:45 to 1 o'clock. But yeah, that story is already up. It's already up on our Facebook page at The State of the U. That's also the website's Twitter at The State of the U, which I've been on more because my pro Twitter X is broken and not letting me delegate or use all of my different accounts at the same time. So whatever. But you have all that. But that's already up there. And like I said, there's going to be plenty more commentary. Justin Ottavio had one up this morning at 8 a.m. that said, hey, regardless of what happens, this is the ACC's fault for being stupid. So you have even more commentary already up there. It is always great to be a Miami Hurricane. I'm super duper, 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 duper excited.
Without a doubt.
Let's do a little bit of a challenge for you. Everyone listening and watching, go in the comments and just type playoffs if you made it to the end of the show. That's it. Just playoffs.
Yes, if you are watching right now, whenever now is, because it's not now, it could be later, or it could be now.
But now for you.
But even if you're watching it later, it's now for you.
Yeah, there we go.
So if you're watching this now, which you are, if you're hearing my voice, it's now for you. Type the word playoffs. We appreciate you guys. Hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. I'll jump in the chat and I will make sure that I reply to everyone that makes a comment. We love you guys. We appreciate the community that's building around the show. Cam, we will talk very shortly, my friends. I can't believe we did it, but go Canes, we got in. We will see you next time right here on the Real Ones Canes podcast. Peace.